Hey everybody, Joel here from Retro City. So I just want to take this time before Michael leaves San Antonio to talk about his book. He has a very interesting book, and Michael would like to just give you a little insight. It's available on Amazon, and yeah, so go ahead and take it, Michael. Give us some insights of your book, experiences, and what made you write it.
Oh, that's a very good question. Well, I wanted to tell my story. I've been very fortunate to get in the film industry. It was by accident. I mentioned that in my book how that happened. I was going to homestead in Alaska. While I was in California in Venice Beach, I met a gentleman named George Powell, and he said, "Hey, I like your look. I think you would fit in a movie I'm doing." I go, "Yeah, right, sure." Well, he wasn't joking. He gave me a one-day job. I got my SAG card. And then next thing I know, I get a phone call, and I work on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. But now I'm here doing this and meeting wonderful people at conventions, and it changed my life. In a way, it kind of saved my life. But how did I get to that point? Well, my story starts in 1948. My father was a Marine neurologist and brain surgeon, and he went on a secret mission to Nagasaki and Hiroshima after they dropped the bombs. Pretty intense. And so he was doing some studies there, and when he came home, my parents had their second child, me. But ironically, the radiation caused a lot of genetic birth defects. Means my fingers and toes and my knuckles. My skull was fused. You can see the creases in my skull. At age 4, I had to go to Children's Hospital because my brain was growing, my skull was not. Wow. So that's a terminal situation. So my father was gowned up and watched the procedure, and they cut my skull apart, put spacers using bone from my hips, and thankfully it fused, and I have good vision, good balance, and I've been able to make it to age 75. I hope you can do the same. So that's how it got started, but I tell the story from the point of view of the boy that you see on the cover. That's my father, my sister, and me.
Wow.
So it's not from the perspective of the movie star, the actor, Michael Berryman.
Yeah.
It's from the perspective of this young boy. And I opened the story by inviting you inside his head, basically. Pretend that there is a very comfortable easy chair inside his mind, and you witness everything through his eyes. That's the perspective, and that's how I tell the story. So you're kind of living vicariously in this young boy's journey, and that's how the memoir goes.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, because I've seen a lot of interviews of at different cons, and that's one big point that a lot of podcasters and streamers ask you, right? They ask you about your because we know you're a huge humanitarian, and that we need more people like that. People knows you of your movie roles as the big evil villain, the road warrior, and your roles. But in real life, you're very humble. You're a good-hearted person. This book tells it all. 'Cause I did some research, and I hope hopefully there's a lot more people like you. And it's an honor to meet you, and the fans and everybody can say the same. And like I said, when I was kind of looking into your book, I just thought this morning, I was like, we need to do interview and kind of get this book out there, because this is for me, this is important for people to know stuff like that. Know your kind of your background, and because people just know you as the movie star, the villain. But when I see your interviews, I'm like, the real Michael needs to, people need to know more about the real Michael. And then people that have, come in kind of similar situations, I think it helps people to know that, anybody can have, abnormality and disabilities and anything. But there's people. Everybody has something.
That's true. We all have our gimp, as I would say. You might see a little tremor going on here. I got diagnosed with Parkinson's, so I have to take care of myself best way possible. And I want to be very straightforward with you, my friends. I had to self-publish. I had a literary agent that was very prominent, said, we'll get it in all the bookstores. And so they assigned me a co-writer. And when we got to the end of the story, that like my book is, they wanted more. They wanted a biography. This is a memoir. And so we went round and round, and after 9 months I realized that they might not even publish it because it had to go through reviewers and maybe what's popular, what's trending, and that's not the perspective that I wrote my memoir about. I wrote it from my heart. I wrote it so people can reach upon our common humanity. I've worked with many organizations, children's organizations, groups with doctors that have they find families where their children need skull surgeries or facial reconstruction, and so I've mentored with those groups and many wonderful positive people. So I like to keep a positive slant on things, and remember, every day is a gift. And I put it to you this way: if you have a perspective in your life, everything you do, remember, it's like this: everything that you do, it comes from inspiration, from a source higher than yourself. And everything that you put out will be returned at least 3 times. So if you're a positive person, hopefully your life will continue in that manner. And if you're not, well, payback could be challenging. So my point is, I need your help to get this out there to basically take care of my family. I don't have a Mercedes. I have an old Ford truck. I'm just a regular guy.
He's just like any one of us. And lastly, you know, what kind of inspired me is when I picked you up from the airport and you told me about the fan that was kind of going blind.
Yes.
Can you let them share
Yes.
with us?
I received some fan mail over the years, and one day I got a letter, and it said, basically, I would love to have an autographed picture from you while I can still see. She had macular degeneration, and she was going to lose her sight. And it really touched me because I was having a tough day, and I'm playing my little violin, feeling sorry for myself like we all do on occasion. And boy, it really, you know, kind of sobered me up. It got me straight back on the path, you know. And I go, wow. So I sent her a box full of memorabilia and really cool things that I had collected over the years. And I asked for her phone number, and we kept in touch all the way up until her situation got a little worse. But the opportunity to help someone in need without anything in return is what we do best as humans. So, and here's a very fine example right here, folks.
Yeah, and thank you for that. But yeah, I mean, we all have something. Like I was telling Michael, you know, like, you know, one of my kids have, you know, that dyslexia. You know, people in my family have depression. Friends, everybody has something. We're all fighting something inside. Sometimes you might not see it on the outside, but a lot of people fight with depression, with stuff in the inside. We don't know what battles they're fighting, you know. So all we can do is love each other and inspire one another. And to me, Michael's a great example. Probably one of the best examples I've seen so far. Just meeting him and just knowing him for the day or two that I've met him, he's inspired me. So I'm definitely getting the book. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully we'll see Michael again in the future. I will leave information on the book. You can get on Amazon, and I'll put a picture at the end of the video. If you have any questions, let me know. Until then, thank you for coming to San Antonio, Michael. It was a pleasure, and
it was awesome.
It was awesome, and we'll see you guys later.
Take care.